Welcome to the Mystery Channel's exclusive documentary of the first three Crusades. We will cover all of the triumphs, battles, groups, and factions in the Crusades. So sit back, relax, and join us in the intriguing world that was the Crusades. The first of the Crusades began in 1095, when armies of Christians from Western Europe responded to Pope Urban II's plea to go to war against Muslim forces in the Holy Land. After the First Crusade achieved its goal, with the capture of Jerusalem in 1099, the invading Christians set up several Latin Christian states, even as Muslims in the region vowed to wage holy war to regain control over the region. Deteriorating relations between the Crusaders and their Christian allies in the Byzantine Empire culminated in the sack of Constantinople in 1204, during the Third Crusade. Near the end of the 13th century, the rising Mamluk dynasty in Egypt provided the final reckoning for the Crusaders, toppling the coastal stronghold of Acre and driving the European invaders out of Palestine and Syria in 1291. The first use of the term Byzantine to label the later years of the Roman Empire was in 1557, when German historian Hieronymus Wolff published his work Corpus Historia Byzantina, a collection of historical sources. The term comes from Byzantium, the name of the city of Constantinople before it became the capital of Constantine. This older name of the city would rarely be used from this point onward except in historical or poetic context.
The First Crusade was definitely the most productive of any of the Crusades. It lasted from 1095 AD to 1099. It started out as just a military conquest to try to keep all of the Byzantine Empire from spreading throughout Europe. After they were badly beaten, though, they got the help of Pope Urban II and all of the Christians. Pope Urban II said that if the Christians helped in the Crusades, then they would have indulgence and all of their sins would be forgiven. After Jerusalem was taken, the Knights Templar were established. The Knights Templar is an international philanthropic order affiliated with Freemasonry. Unlike the initial degrees conferred in a Masonic lodge, which only require a belief in a supreme being regardless of religious affiliation, the Knights Templar is one of several additional Masonic orders in which membership is open only to Freemasons who profess a belief in the Christian religion. The full title of this order is the United Religious, Military, and Masonic Orders of the Temple and of St. John of Jerusalem, Palestine, Rhodes, and Malta. The word united in this title indicates that more than one historical tradition and more than one actual order are jointly controlled within this system. The individual orders united with this system are principally the Knights of the Temple, Knights Templar, the Knights of Malta, and the Knights of St. Paul, and only within the York Rite, the Knights of the Red Cross. The order derives its name from the historical Knights Templar. One theory of the origins of Freemasonry claims direct descent from the historical Knights Templar through its final 14th century members who took refuge in Scotland or other countries where the Templar suppression was not enforced. Although the theory may not be dismissed, it is actually deprecated on grounds of lack of evidence by both Masonic authorities and historians.
The Second Crusade was announced after the fall of Edessa, which was a Jewish county in Jerusalem, which after the First Crusade, Jerusalem was controlled by the Christians. And so, in the Second Crusade, the Kingdom of Jerusalem essentially marched upon the rest of the Moorish counties around Jerusalem to wipe them out. And the center of what they tried to attack was Lisbon, which had sent forces. It was the only Jewish county that still had Moorish occupants, or essentially medieval Muslims in it. And so the Christians being in Jerusalem had decreased in force after the First Crusade, and so they called upon almost all of Europe, like German and French forces, to help them fight to Lisbon and march on Lisbon with about 13,000 soldiers. And so what they did was they called on these forces, which weren't controlled by Jerusalem, but they were controlled by European kings, which this was the first and only crusade where the Crusaders were controlled by European kings and not the Pope. But Pope Eugene III announced the Second Crusade. So he called for all these troops to help him wipe out Lisbon and clear Jerusalem of Muslims, basically. And so Conrad III, he called from Germany, and so he and his massive army of foot soldiers wielding great swords came, and they came to Lisbon. And then he called on the French, which were really large cavalries. But what happened was when they came to Jerusalem, they didn't, the Moorish forces were comprised mainly of small, highly trained groups that were ethnic Turks. And so he called on them, and then all those forces came, and then they wiped out Lisbon, but in the process lost quite a few soldiers.
The Byzantine Empire were a predominantly Muslim force of Middle Eastern people. The army was made up of little groups of scouting and raiding parties of highly trained and well-equipped soldiers.
The Third Crusade was all about the Byzantines trying to take back Jerusalem from the Crusader kingdom. And the Byzantines' army was led by Nur al-Din and his nephew Saladin. But after they took over Cairo, Nur al-Din passed away, and his nephew Saladin assumed control over the army. And so it was his plan to march towards the Crusader kingdom, and they attacked it, and they basically destroyed and annihilated the Crusader kingdom of Jerusalem, thereby taking it over.
There have been multiple riots in Jerusalem because the Palestinians are still trying to take over the Jewish people. In fact, the Crusades are very relatable to modern day because the spread of Christianity through the Middle East has caused the Iraq War and many of the current events that are happening right now in Israel.
We hope you enjoyed this exclusive presentation brought to you by Mr. Channel Studios. Thanks for watching.
Like that, it's not gonna hurt.
But then I go like
Chris.
this.
Is it recording?
Chris.
See. Okay. Akmal's Scene 3, The Third Crusades.
Action!
Oh,
Scene
yes,
4.
Wait, no, hold on.
Not scene 4.
I need to do
Yeah,
action
I did
with the
scene
sword.
four. Scene 4, Third Crusades.
Action!
Need to get ready.
What? I said action!
I know, wait.
Just give it, everybody.
Okay. Okay. I can't do it. Okay, wait.
What if we just all leave the room?
Shush!
No.
Shush! Okay.
The Third Crusade was all about Byzantines. The Byzantine. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Okay, can you just pause it? I need some water.
Someone get on that.
He's a pro actor.
Wait, we might wanna. Never mind.
Okay, this is just gonna clog up my hard drive, guys. Thank you.
You have a lot of hard drive space, Chris. You
It's
won't even
filled up
notice.
with Dark Souls. You guys wanna play Dark Souls when we're done?
That'd be amazing.
Oh, that's...
Action.
Who's gonna call action?
Hey, Sixth Hour. I love you.
What are you doing?
Just a second.
Wait, do I need to call action since I'm...
No, I got it.
Okay.
I'll just be like,
Action!
okay.
Don't say it.
This is actually really weird.
I know.
Okay. And action. Quite a few soldiers.
No, just wave it like.
Yeah, like shake it.
Okay. Okay. I guess that's.
Okay.
You're director, so get in, or you want to hold the sign, or just get in and say scene one. All right.
Breath like. I want to be like.
The rules up to the
Oh, just a second.
I don't need. Do I need to give specific information?
I'm gonna die because I will run out of air.
Okay, looks like Akmal thought it was too long, and so he broke it on a vine.
Alright, ready?
Smack.
You can go.
Smack again. Not part of Mexico. That's amazing. What are the chances? Oh god.
Oh my god.
I just went like that. I went like that.
Akmal's dying. Akmal's dying.
I'm dying of laughter.
Oh god, that's amazing.